though I'm just going to share a little bit of my class later, but that is going to be like 1/10 or no, 1/20th of the portion. So more important is I'm doing this live and doing it in person because I want you to benefit from this. I'm probably the only trainer in Singapore that do daily market analysis and outlook. That's what MAO stands for, to people for free. And I just want to do it because I want to help you in your trading, in your investment, so that if you make money from the market, do kindly take out 1 or 2% and give to charity. All right, that's all I'm asking for. Okay. All right. Now, further ado, I think you guys you understand how it goes. So let's begin our MAO right now. Okay, let's go. All right, let me just share on my own to all the people around me. Okay, I'm trying to share now. So do share with more people, to more people. Yes, share with them. Let them feel the importance of knowing this. Very important. Yeah. Okay. All right. So today is the 22nd of February, 2022, Tuesday. My God, what a date. 22nd of February is 2202. 220222. So which means that, right, if you write it back and front, it's the same way. 2202 2022. Back and front is the same thing. My God, it's like an Illuminati number. Oh my goodness. All right, and the best part is this. I just saw that actually today is also Chinese New Year, 22nd. Chinese New Year date, lunar date 22nd. Oh my God. This is really incredible. What a number to remember. So if anybody getting married or you're going to have your Valentine's Day celebrated today, you better remember this today. Very important, yeah? Okay, so for today itself, right, this thing is this. I want to share with you a lot of stuff. One thing is this, poor Cathie Wood, all right? She's being whacked so hard in the market right now. Not only her stock is not performing well, and of course, people like Jim Cramer, a big joker, my God, he's a real big joker, right? I wrote it into his Twitter just now, and I'm very pissed with him, honestly. Very irresponsible person, and definitely it's a joker it's a joke clown in my opinion. Yeah. All right, so I'll share you more in details, but more important thing is this. Now we are having a big movement now in Russia and Ukraine area. Later on, I'll talk about that. And same thing is this, even Facebook itself now is having a lot of problem themselves in terms of the stock price that they're having. Even though there are a lot of people coming for buying, but the stock is still coming down. And this is going to be very, very, very scary. Yeah. So once again, good morning to all of you. Let us begin our morning MAO right now. All right, disclaimer apply as usual. My friends, my job is to make sure that you get the best of my sharing, my views on the market, my analysis. Now, I'm not saying that I'll be 100% correct. I have my I have a wrong time, I make mistake too. But at the end of the day, you take it as a form of reference, okay? If you happen to make money from the market, congratulations to you. Do take a 1 or 2% of your profits and then give to charity. That's something I always ask for. Now, if let's say that you unfortunately, because of my view, you got it wrong, I'm so sorry. I will just apologize on it. All right. But again, everybody to make error here is possible. Because market is very dynamic. Yep. Okay. Now, a very special day today. You can see again, I just purposely trying to show you that today is the 22nd of February, year 2022. It's a Tuesday some more, and crazy enough, it's also the lunar month 22nd day. Oh, wow. Okay, all the twos, man, all the twos. So wondering what's a 2-day thingy. All right. Now, the thing is this. Take a look. Oh, sorry, I think there's a little bit of a PowerPoint issue. Then never mind that. Let me just hold 1 minute. Yeah, let me just solve this a little bit. Okay, I actually wanted you guys to, see something there, but I think there's a mistake here itself. Okay, never mind. It's okay. All right. Now, this is the joke of the day. Now, Wall Street joke of the day. Now, the thing is this. A lot of people is asking the same question. How come I'm so bearish in the market? Well, majority of the trainers in Singapore or analysts in Singapore are all very bullish. Now, to me, it's because probably they did not read enough, or probably they just doesn't understand the current situation. Because the last 13 years itself, the Federal Reserve have been the main sugar daddy that flooded the market with a lot of liquidity. But this sugar daddy has already given the view that they are going to stop this. They're going to stop this right now, all right? And this is going to be happening in March. And I already reminded you guys since earlier this year, the market itself by March, when liquidity has dried up, the stock market may go into a shock. And of course, the market do not go into a short just like that. You have some pre-end movement, and now we are seeing right now. And of course, now with Russia thing coming in, it's just basically escalated the entire thing. So the thing is this, the macro picture now is definitely very ugly, and the bears are now just lurking around the corner waiting to attack. And of course, in my opinion, they have already attacked the NASDAQ since early last month. So now the thing is this, would there be a point whereby for us to enter? Now, for TWB side, we have been shorting the market, undeniable. All right, so we have been shorting the market, and we are all making money from the market itself. So I'm happy for that. But the question is this, when will be a good time to buy back position? So I'll share with you more in detail today for today's MAO, right? Okay, but before that itself, sorry, this sounded a bit of like a spoiler earlier, but never mind, I do this again. Do you know who is she? A beautiful woman, right? Very nice, high cheekbone, very nice angle face, beautiful eyes, and looks classy, right? So I happened to saw this picture when I was doing some research on her, but that's not earlier you already saw a bit of spoiler. So my bet itself, yes, indeed, she is Cathie Wood. Yes, she is Cathie Wood. All right, so indeed, right, she's a very beautiful woman. All right, even now she is. Okay, but of course, recently you can see that she's very stressed out already. Okay, all right. Now, Cathie Wood, okay, she was an analyst for some time, and of course, she went to stardom when she basically go for innovative stocks since 2020. And of course, back then itself, right, with still the Federal Reserve pumping so much money in the market, innovation is something very important, and the Fed was there itself, so everybody began to buy into those counters that she was in. All right. And of course, then when the pandemic was ongoing itself, value stock was all going down. So people just basically move away from value stock, they buy into this growth stock. But the thing is this, now the pandemic is more or less almost over. Even UK is going to lift up their so-called restrictions. So it seems to be right now, this type of growth stock now is in serious trouble. Yeah, it's in serious trouble. So now what happened? Let's look at Cathie Wood now, okay? So you can see that, sorry, I think there's some PowerPoint issue. I think they didn't save the file earlier. That's for a minute there, guys. Apology on that. Okay, hold on a minute. All right, so Cathie Wood, right, when it was in the market back then, everybody was saying that she's good, but of course, critic was saying that she's playing fire with all the stock that she buy. But don't forget, the stock went all the way up. So she was really the lady of the hour, in fact, so during that time. So now, it have changed. Apparently, it's all right. We all know that Jim Cramer, the resident so-called analyst of this CNBC, says that, right, Cathie Wood is just like a person who just started playing stocks. That's a very bad statement. And says that, right, she is no good. And in fact, it's on his show, he actually tells people that, right, there's another ETF that's created to short her stocks, things like that. But the point is this, based on my last memory, okay, our dear this Jim Cramer, on the 1st of February 2022, that is just only a couple of days ago, 20 days ago, my God. Jim Cramer says that he likes most of the ARK Innovation ETF stock holdings after growth stock meltdown. He says that, right, he likes most of them, the stocks have fallen enough, and it's time to buy some. And that is what he said. And now he put it there. He even tell that these are the counters that he's good with it, like Roku, Zoom, Coinbase, Teledocs, and stuff like that. He said that he'd rather own than sell. Okay, that's the key part. And he says that, right, 12 or 21 of the largest holding is good enough, it's good for buy. And why is he saying this? This is how idiotic this type of person is. I mean, I seriously give no, I really don't really, I feel terrible. It's how people, you see, you are telling people to look at it, and then when people get it wrong itself, well, you whack so hard. Come on, man, you are an analyst yourself in a way. So this is how things work, guys, in the financial market. Now, today, I may be people get it correct, maybe I get it wrong tomorrow. It happens, okay? But the things that I don't never point a person or point a name out itself, and this guy is whatever. All right. So for me, I'm very open with this. I just want you to understand this. This is the financial market. All right. When people start to sell you stuff, you just have to be very, very careful. Yeah. Okay. So now the thing is this, you can see right now, this is terrible. Her portfolio, right? The top 20 portfolio. Now, the three companies are doing well is actually Tesla, up by 5%, Roblox up by 10.49%, and of course, this therapeutic company, Intelia, is up by 26.7%. but the rest of it itself is in shambles, all right, really very bad. On average, for number 6 itself, right, until to the end, it's down by 20% or more. My goodness. The worst one itself is this Bickley Lights, down by 91%. Oh my God, 91? Oh dear. All right, Ruko is down by 76%. Zoom is down by 70%. My God, Coinbase down by 24%. Okay, so that is the problem down. Of course, I did have my fair share to warn you guys regarding about this ARK ETF. Since about last year itself, I've been warning that to be very careful on ARK ETF, because I also see the same thing is that I saw it that likely once the phase is over, the FAB is over, the selling will likely be coming in. All right, the selling will likely be coming in. And of course, the scary part is this. You can see right now on the stock price itself, you can see that the ARK Innovation, let's take a look here as well. On here. Now, ARK Innovation itself, right? I took this point A as the starting point of the bottom, and B, which is the highest point. Yeah, correct. So that's about probably about $33, as you can see. From $33 stretch all the way to $160. Okay, so that is a beautiful big stretch over there. All right, okay, so what happened is this. From the Fibonacci point of view, from point A to point B, you can see that, right, when the market comes back down, all right, this $130 has become a very strong resistance in the market, very strong resistance, yeah? And of course, after that itself, right, at about $96 here, that was where the first time when I covered the ARK Innovation, I did say that if $96 doesn't go down below it, the market most likely will rebound, which it happened. But I also warned back there in November last year that if the market loses the same $96, we could see some selling. And of course, the selling, the first number I gave was about 81, right? Because that's the next Fibonacci number here, 81. And that 81 is a very important number because that is the 61.8 number, right? That's a very important number. And then what happened? The market couldn't even stay there for a few days. The next moment itself, you see it's coming down. So now the thing is this, I'm not half surprised that this week, we can see $60 traded. I'm not half surprised if this week we can see $60 traded. 60, yes, indeed. I will not half surprised to see that as well. So you write it down, okay? I will write down for you guys. ARK ETF may see $60 this week. All right, so this is something that is crazy, and of course, people who follow on to short ARK Innovation with us, you consider the buyback sum at $60. Now, why is with a sum? Because the problem is this, guys. I don't think that's the end yet. Because I don't think that's the end yet. Let me explain to you with a chart. Okay, you take a look, yeah. Okay, let me explain this to you to a chart. Okay, just a moment. Yeah, hold on. Let me just find the right chart here. Okay, here we go. Okay, now this is the Dow. This is not the one I'm looking at. I'm looking at the NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ. Now you see, guys, this is NASDAQ, yeah? This is the NASDAQ chart on a weekly chart, yeah? So NASDAQ at the high over here, as you can see from the our CFD chart, 16,779, right? Now this is the 100% level, the highest point ever for in human history. And you can see that, right, the market just keep on going down recently until it hit the 85% mark, and then it rebounded. But after that itself, it failed to stay above the 90%. It came back down to the 85%. And now where we are now, we are trading below the 85% mark. That's where the support is. And we just officially just broke below the last low back in January. So which means that, right, there's a very high chance that we are going to go down to this point, and that's 14,262, which means that we are talking about where are we? That means that where are we now? Let's take a look. Now we are at about 13,678. So which means that we are about 400 points away. 400 points away from the unimaginable bear territory. We are just 400 points away from the bear territory. That means that once the market goes below 14,262, by right itself, we have entered the bear territory. Now, the thing is this, when was the last time we see a bear territory happening, right? If you look back into history, again, let me just show it to you now. Okay, let me just go on here. Okay, I want to show you now. This is a very interesting indicator that we have. Okay. Okay. Over here is basically automated. How many times was the last time the market hit an all-time high, and then after that the market pulls below to the 80% mark, and then what happened? This is a very interesting indicator that we have. We can see for ourselves right now. I'll show it to you. Okay. So you see that the last time, okay, we backtrack, yeah. So this is where we are now. We backtrack, okay. So the last time was this happened when we were all-time high. You can see the market hit about 95%, and then it rebounded. Then of course the next one, all then about 90%. Usually about 90% it rebounded. The worst event was here back in this 2020. In 2020, when the pandemic happened, right? The NASDAQ went down all the way below the 80% mark, and then went down some more all the way here. Now, if you look at it itself, right, you can give a guess itself, right? It went down to about 70% level. That means that it went down to the 70% level, then it rebounded. Can you see that? So if you do a hypothesis here itself, and you look at the arrangement of this, the last time when it came back down to the 80% mark, when it came down to the 70% mark, you notice that it actually hits the moving average, the MA 200 moving average. Now, we will move back to where we are now. You notice that if the market do a same thing again, if the market loses the 80% mark, and if it goes down by another 10% mark, it will also meet together with the MA 200. Now, the MA 200, is it a powerful trend line? It is a very powerful moving average. Take a look. Can you see that? Now, over the last few years, every time when you see this happen, when the market hit the MA 200, it always rebound. It always rebound. Yes, it always rebound. So you see my point now? I'm not just a perpetual bear, no. I'm informing you that, right, there's a way to make money from the bull side as long as you follow through again. So which means that, guys, if you actually know what I'm trying to say here, okay, you can see that. Okay, if you actually, let me just clear off these lines here. Messy at the moment, sorry about that. Okay, all right. So basically, if you look at it one more time, okay, from the trader point of view, that every time when this market hits the MA 200, it always rebound. It will always rebound. So is it possible that we're going to see this happening? I kind of believe that this is going to happen again. So which means that let's say we do a hypothesis. If the market really come down, where would that be? Roughly there. Let me just show to you now. Roughly, okay, rough, yeah. It will be somewhere around here. Okay, oops, sorry. Somewhere around here. About 12,000. 12,000, yes, somewhere around there. Maybe higher, maybe lower, but around 12,000. So which means that if the market really hit 12,000 around there, we should be able to see a market bottom on the NASDAQ. And of course, on the last how many years, every time the market will rebound. So of course, this time around, we do the Federal Reserve, but I kind of suspect that when the thing comes to this level, the Federal Reserve will come back in again. They will likely cut interest rate, who knows? Okay, so what happened is this, guys, let's take a look at that, okay? So watch out for 12,000. If it ever comes down earlier and faster, then of course the number will tweak again. But my point is this, it is very possible. It is very possible for the market to drop to 12,000. But again, I say, if that happened, I cannot imagine this, because if that actually happened, my goodness, how low will up go? How low do you think up will go? What do you think? Let's say we do a hypothesis right now, guys. If let's say we do a hypothesis, if let's say the NASDAQ is to drop by another 1,000 points, okay, 1,000 points, don't talk about more, 1,000 points. What do you think the this up innovative will be? What is a low in your opinion, right? Let's just try right now. What do you think? How many of you give me a figure, right? Wow, we have a good number today. 93 people online now watching this. Is one of the biggest crowd we have for a non-preview. All right, what do you think, guys? What do you think? What is the level you think that the up innovation will be? Key your answer right now so we have a consensus here itself. All right, what do you think? Oh, I get to see some numbers now. Some say $45, Allison. Liu give a $30 bottom up. Judy say 50. Yongming say 32.8. Wow. Okay. Okay. Serene $30. Daniel 35. Louis also about 33. Yeah. Okay. My personal take is this. If you'd ask me my personal take, I will draw this myself. You can see that there's a very universal trend line around this area. So there's a very strong support, right? The MA supported it, right? Okay, so I draw it out like that. Somewhere like that. Yes, indeed. I think someone has same number with me at 48. Is it? Yeah, I think so. 48 will be a very valid price in my opinion. 48. Okay, so my personal price is 48. Okay, if up innovation really goes down to 48, maybe can try already. 48, yeah, so it's like, wow, it's still about almost $20 from where we are now. It's quite far, right? Okay, so anyway, this is a guessing game. No one can be right and be perfect. I'm just sharing with you my very big concern with the NASDAQ right now, because we haven't have the US Federal Reserve haven't even hiked interest rate yet, and the market is behaving like this. I cannot imagine if the moment they start to hike interest rate, what could that be? All right. So that's the reason why, remember, tell you that, right? We already tell you by February itself, we do expect the market to fall, and it's really all happening. And of course, now it's a very important date to take note of that, everybody, that this day itself is going to be very important, and that's 25th to the 28th of February. Yeah, this is very important. Now, based on what I shared yesterday, if you miss it, then look at yesterday's video. All right. This could be either a flip turning point, or it may continue to show a devastating sell-off. I don't know. But definitely for sure itself on 25th to 28th of February, I will be watching the market very closely, and I'll be guiding you guys for free. Yes, for free, to tell you know what to look out for in the market. Okay, this is going to be very crazy time. Now, of course, by usual pattern, the market likely will reverse itself. So maybe there's something to happen from now till 25th. And then after that, it could be detrimenting. And then after that itself, some positive news come in and the market may recover. That's one of it. More likely will happen. But of course, there's another saying that maybe the market will just crash down all the way to levels that no one will expect it. Okay, so that's why watch out for 25th to 28th of February. Things will get very, very interesting by then. Yeah. So take note of that. 25th to 28th of February. Very, very important. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that is that. All right, okay, so yesterday when I was doing the Hang Seng analysis, now Hang Seng was trading at 24,154 back then, right? Then I draw this. I said that the Hang Seng will drop by at least 500 to 700 points downside. 500 points to 700 points. I say that it's roughly there itself. Now, my main concern was because Hong Kong is having a big problem with the COVID cases right now. They were not ready. That's the first thing. Then China Evergrande, the bond issue continued to be ongoing. They defaulted more, but you don't really see that anymore on the mainstream media. That is a problem, and more property companies are also following what happened now to Evergrande. And obviously, it's all right with the inflation going up, the buying of property is even worse. And of course, with the COVID continuing going now in Hong Kong, my God, it's entire standstill down for the economy. So that's why I'm quite confident to say that, right, we do see some selling in the Hang Seng Index. And of course, as we see today, my God, I'm not only correct, the market is sold out even more. The market is down to 23,400 area. That means that I'm actually right. And the market continued to sell further. So that means that I was correct for my Hang Seng. So if you can do me a favor, can you keep the Hong Kong spot on or Hang Seng spot on for me? That will be the lovely thing to thank me for that. I know many people actually made money from Hong Kong recently. Congratulations to you. Well done, guys. You are the best. Okay. So we must make sure that, you have the right people to help you in the market. Because some people were calling that because the market is pretty low right now and they expect the market to recover and stuff like that. No, this is not going to be correct. Because I say previously there were many funds that liquidity was abundant back then, but not now. Now the market is in a very terrible state. So all this stuff tells you that, right, if you don't know your macro picture good enough, right, you may be hit by that. All right, so be careful and be very careful on this. All right, so of course I just finished my 14 intake. It's a full class that everybody really enjoyed very much. Thank you very much. Now I have a class coming in, the basic class, and it's only at $388 only, Singapore dollars, $388. So if you can and you wish to join us as well, right, so that you can actually learn more stuff from us, then contact us through Facebook. The class itself is this coming Saturday, which means that, right, I will be able to help you for the 25th to 28th of the month. That means that if I have a prediction coming in on the 25th to 28th of February, right? That means on the 26th of February, when you come for the class, I'm able to help you. Yes, I'm able to help you to know what to do and make back your course fee if it's possible. That is how crazy is this, guys. Get your friends to join us, okay? It's 25th. It's on the 26th of February. It's a Saturday. It's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You just have to come in and listen. And I can guarantee you this. I will try my best to help you make back your course fee as soon as possible. Okay? All right, that's what I'll be doing that. So you can see this is what we took from our 14 intake class, and everybody were happy. And of course, they have great lunches on us. All right, pretty cool. All right, and do they make money? Of course, they make money. This is a 14 intake right now. They are so happy every day. 100 over messages. My God, 100 over messages. Okay, all really trading together. And of course, student-wise, they also traded at Hong Kong yesterday and today, and they're all making very good profit. You can see all these are live example. We cannot change or edit stuff. These are real person, and they're telling us that making good money from the market. All right, so do join us for this coming Saturday class, okay? All right, moving forward. Okay, now a preview, right? I told you we need a little bit of preview stuff on it. Okay, we did yesterday this already, the USA economic calendar. Now tonight, we have this data at 11 p.m. Singapore time. Is the US consumer confidence data, and the consumer data is not good. They're looking at a lower number. So if the consumer number today is not good, let's say it's worse still, let's say it's lower than 109.8, this is going to smash the market one more punch sell. So be careful at 11 p.m. Watch out for the consumer confidence. All right, please be very careful. Now on Thursday, which 2 days later, that will be the initial jobless claims. And on Friday, on the 25th, it's a special day, I told you, right? This is where the inventory will play a big part with it, the inventory. Imagine the inventory is still a negative figure. Crude oil price may even shoot higher, and I think that crude oil may go to $98. I'm kind of confident to tell you that I believe that crude oil will go $98. I'm gonna write it down for you guys, okay? Now, currently now the US crude is trading at about $92. I suspect that by end of March, we should see $98. Okay, that's my personal view, yeah. So that's a pretty good return. Very good return, yeah. So that is like how much money? Okay, 10% itself is $9. So that's about 7%, yeah, a 7% upside. Wow, that's a lot of money if you actually know how to utilize this. And of course, on the 26th itself, that is a scary part. Now I realize this. 26 itself is actually a Federal Reserve monetary policy report. This could be the one. This could be the one to change the whole thing, because this report itself, right, is actually, I did not notice this, and my system is already calculated that by 25th to 28th of February, there'll be a very big thing to happen. So this calculation was done months ago, and yet itself, right, this is slotted in. So that's why I feel that this weekend will not be a simple weekend at all. It will be a very incredible weekend. So traders, if you want us to assist you, join us, okay? All right, now yesterday got no Dow Jones, so I skipped this. No Dow report, I skipped. Now yesterday the Dow Jones for the CFD was very light trading, so I will also skip. But main thing is this, you can see the market rejected the pivot. That's why once it rejected pivot and break MLP, it's always a sell. And of course, if the KSI is seller itself, you always prefer to be a seller. You don't want to be a buyer. So that's why yesterday when the price goes up, I told my student, if the price go up, look out for sell, then buy. So you can see that in the morning when the news came out, right? The news came out positive, the market went up, right? So I told my student, wait for a while. And when the market come back down, it breaks below the pivot. Now, break color change with pivot is always a devastating signal. And of course, the market just crashed down all the way. You can see that there's no way you can buy because there's no color change. No color change means you have to keep on selling, no buying. So this is how our system works. Very simple, very easy, and definitely very consistent. So same thing for oil, for gold yesterday. Now gold KSI was green. There was no blue bar, so we know that the buy is there. So when the gold came down initially, because of the good news from the Russia side, I told my students to hang on for a while, try to buy it cheap. And when the price came down, you see that the price came down very nicely. A bomb was at the bottom of the screen. So when there's a bomb at the bottom of the screen, it means that you put two lines at the chart, and after that, if the market stays above it, it's a buy. You see that? Wow, look at gold shooting up all the way. This is where the gold was at 1892. The closing itself is 1903. That's a pretty good $10 run over here. So once again, guys, you need to have a system like this to tell you what to do. And of course, the indicator is all no repaint, and it's all forward indicator. So you just have to see and react accordingly. This is fantastic, guys. This is really, really incredible. All right, let me just show you the bomb that showed you the movement yesterday. Let me just bring it to you. Yeah. Okay, just show it to you a little bit here. Okay, you can see right here, right now. The bomb was here. You can see that on the screen. You see it doesn't repaint, right? So it shows you the factor of it. So you can see that the market actually create a downside, and then the bomb was there, and the KCX turning green. So there was a very strong buy on gold, right? A strong buy on gold, and gold really went up. For students who join the 14 intake, you should know that when we see KCX, right, it's always good to buy into the market, and truth be told, it really, really happened. Yep. Okay, so this is really incredible stuff. Okay, let's continue on this. So now let's look at some very big news in the market. Number one, now Biden set to order sanctions on separatist region of Ukraine after the Putin decree, right? So what happened is this now, Putin decided on the two areas for independence, okay? And of course, the global leaders, like Boris Johnson said, it's a very ill omen, it's a very dark sign. And it says that, right, if let's say Russia do certain things, they will definitely announce new sanction on Russia. So think about this, if you actually sanction Russia, right, what will happen to Russia in terms of energy? The energy prices will go higher, and it's going to be worse. This is going to be worse. And this is whereby I think this is going to be a very bad move from the Western leaders. So now Putin already ordered forces to rebel eastern Ukrainian region, all right, and it's entering the market now. And of course, when this is happening, you can see now, right, Donetsk, all right, People of Republic, okay, they're doing that, and Donbass area. Now, basically, right, all the leaders are very upset and disappointed, but there's nothing you can do now. Now, do take note is this, when they have this independence given already, now what happened is this, guys, this is very important. That means officially they allow a third party to come in to save them if, let's say, it is needed. And of course, obviously now, by having one of them, Donetsk is actually the one. Now, this is going to happen is that they're allowing Russia to come in openly. So that means that, right, did Russia invaded this Ukraine by right? Yes. So that's the reason why the market now is all in jeopardy right now. Everybody's concerned because that is already given them there's no other way you can do it. So this is a big problem now in a way. All right. So this is where all the world leaders are getting very upset and disappointed. And of course, if they will continue what they say, then the sanction will come in. And when the sanction come in itself, it'll be so hot, it's going to pump the energy price higher, which is the biggest problem for inflation. Do you think so? Yes, it did. All right. So now the European stock got affected yesterday, very bad. All right. Then now what's happening? Japan is down, Shanghai is down, Hong Kong is down, Australia is down, Korea is down, S&P 500 futures, US futures all are down pretty hard except for oil. See that? Everything is down except for oil. So this tells you that this is actually very scary for the market itself, because oil and energy is something that people use almost daily. And of course, if prices go up, then inflation will go higher. That means that the interest rate has to come in to really go hot to make sure that prices stay low. Now, the thing is, this was ongoing now. Boris Johnson decided to lift all the remaining COVID restriction on England. So now we all know that, right, the Queen herself got COVID, but of course it's mild, so it's good for her. But now, because Johnson, I think, is having a lot of pain, because COVID itself is a pain, it really distracted the economy, and now things is bad. That's why I was just coming on the way to the office. I was talking to a Grab driver. He tells me this, okay, from his very own words, from 6 a.m. he drive his taxi until like 9:30 a.m., 3.5 hours, and he was just telling this itself that there's no passenger at all. So I was wondering, because of COVID, he said, yeah, most of the people are staying at home because of the MCs, right? So now with all going on now, with so many people still sick, but UK is doing whatever they need to do. So it shows that, right, the market itself is getting the heat of it. It's going to be very painful for a lot of countries, yeah? So for Hong Kong is the one I just mentioned again. Now Hong Kong is now in a very overwhelming position because Omicron leaves Hong Kong nurses burnout, overwhelmed and confused. Definitely confused, because there'll be so many cases coming in and you don't know what to do, and you'll run out of these spaces. And of course, when that happens, death will likely come very nearby. So now this is really scary, and people are now very concerned. You can see right now the numbers just shoot up, and this is just only whatever is able to show. But whatever is not showing itself, I believe, is much, much higher. And of course, the stock market actually really slide pretty badly. So there's a chance that the Hong Kong market will continue to go down lower. And that's the reason why we are looking at Hong Kong market to go down to 23,278 based on our rules and our techniques itself. And of course, student hours are making money pretty much from the market. Now, this is where an opportunist trader must come in to trade, because if there's a chance to make money, why not, right? But of course, after we make money, we always have to help back the society here and there. All right, so guys, if you're going to join us to make money together, these are all live data. This all happened today. Do join us, okay? All right, so now some important market information for references. Meta, all right, now Meta is one of the worst performing FANG this year, and where Wall Street looking at it. Now, I thought that Wall Street was looking at it in a negative form, but I'm pretty surprised that they're actually quite positive with it. Just give me a moment. Yeah, they're pretty positive. They think that, right, this is a great opportunity to buy more. In your opinion itself, right, this is a great opportunity to buy more. So now this company, Meta, Facebook, okay, is down by 38% for this year alone. And this is because of the worse than expected earnings. And of course, there's growing competition from TikTok and privacy changes, swiping 200 million of the 200 million. That's too little, right? I don't think so. I think these numbers may not be correct. Yeah, okay, anyway. So what happened is that now the stock price down to 206 is at 52 weeks low, in fact. All right, so the thing is this, many firms, many analysts are looking at higher level. They say that now the share price should be $280, my God. So they're saying that now the current price is 206, and yet itself, right, there's this guy called Patterson, where is he from this K Blanc Capital Market, says that, right, this is a good time to buy. Wow, good time to buy. And he gave a target of 280. Okay. And this guy, Kevin O'Leary, he's one of the also famous guy. He's saying that it's time to buy more Meta. It's time to buy more Meta. And the time the Meta shares 227 when he called for it, now it's 206. All right, I wonder, is he going to buy more then? Okay. When I see this scene straight away, I feel that the scene where I saw in The Big Short, whereby someone was asking him, would you buy more Bearston shares? And the guy said, I'll buy more. And then after that, the Bearston share plunged all the way down. So it's kind of like this. And Wells Fargo senior equity research analyst Brian, all right, says that, right, 350. Oh my God, 350. And he said that this will be even better when we go to Metaverse. First of all, Metaverse is definitely going to be one thing you'll see in about 5-6 years. But you're telling me now that you're looking at 350. So the current price 206. And yet you look at 350. Wow. Then might as well just all in and make a lot of money. So guys, let me ask you guys on this now. Facebook is at 206. Can I ask you, how low do you think Facebook will go the next 2 weeks? How low do you think Facebook will go next 2 weeks? In your opinion, the current price now is 206. What do you think will be Facebook level in next 2 weeks, the lowest you can go? Please key your answer right now. Let me see in consensus. What do you think? How many of you have different views and want to see what's the level on average on consensus side itself, right? What do you think? What will be the lowest you think you will go in your opinion? Yeah. Okay, I can see some numbers coming in. Okay, some of you are like say one looking at 190, Yongming 190, Brian 188, Leslie 185, Unwill, I think you something must be an error, must be an error, right? I deleted it. Okay. Okay, this Peter 190, Anthony 190, Jennifer 180, Dennis 165, Edwin 190, Allison 190. Okay, Will and Will is 186. Corinne say I don't know. Okay, 190 say by Louis, Eva's 180. Okay, and Janet 196. Okay, right. So the common number I saw was 190, right? Because that was my number. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so apparently more people call for buy, and they say that it's overdone. Okay, I'm banking on the company to get it right by this high tower link. Okay, so again, more people are calling for buy. Now this is my target. My target is still going to stand at 190 for now. 190 for now is my target. But because that's not I show you right, if the NASDAQ is a plunge another 1,000 points, then it will not be 190. So if the market is to go down by another level, it's going to be an absolutely new level altogether. So what level am I looking at then? Let's take a look. Yeah, this is my number. Let me bring it to you now. Okay, so you can see on the Facebook share right now, the high was at how much that? The high was at 384 back then. Yeah. Okay. Now you look at this is the Facebook share price over the last many years. Okay, I accidentally do it. Hit this. Okay. Can you take a look right now? Okay. So you can see that if Facebook share is to continue to fall, example, now 190 is the 78.6 Fibonacci. 78.6 is actually the 190 mark. Yeah. Now, if you look at it, there is another number somewhere near here, which is a gap there. I'm going to put it in. Now, if the market really sells very badly and goes down to the technical point, that is this point here itself. Let me just put it in for you. And that's about 174 to, wait a minute. Next one will be somewhere around here. And there's a very strong support there. And that is somewhere around 168. Yes, indeed. So I think that if you ask me itself, right, I think 168 could be the level that it could bottom. And I think this time someone did put 168, right? Let me just check through the list. Someone did put 168. I just glimpsed it just now if I'm right. Okay, where is it? Oh, don't have a. Dennis 165. Okay. Okay. All right. So to me, is this 190 will be the very technical point that you should stay. But if anything go crazy, the market may go all the way down to 168. Now 168 to the price, the highest price of 383. Wow, that means it's talking about almost 150% off from the. I mean, sorry, it's like 100%. It's more like 50% off from the high. So that means that, right, if the stock price can go back up to the high itself, right, that is probably going to be like 100% gain. Yeah, pretty cool, right? So that's why I think that 168 will be a level to watch. Okay, so put that Facebook to see support either at 190 or 168. Yeah, disclaimer. Okay, now the price is at 207. Yeah, around there. Okay, so that's my view here itself. Now, Facebook, in my opinion, is a buy later. I repeat, I believe that Facebook is a buy, okay, later. So which means that now I'm giving you my verdict is, I suspect that Facebook will come down to 190, staying on the route, and then the selling comes in to 168. Then after that, it will recover slowly. Yeah, this is my view on Facebook the next 9 months. Okay, I suspect that this will be the Facebook momentum for the next 9 months. Okay, so watch out for this. See whether in 9 months' time will I be right on Facebook. Yeah. Okay, Ken. All right. So let's hope that this actually will remember this for today. Yeah, 22222. Yeah, not the date of twos. Okay, so that is Facebook for you to begin with. Okay, now we talk about some alternate market news, and this is the one you've been waiting for. Listen to this. Okay. Now, first of all, oh my goodness, the fund managers are super bullish. Oh my God. This is the real report from one of the investment bank. I will not put the name there, but they are super bullish. Oh my God. February 2022, they are super bullish, even more bullish than March 2021. And of course, we talk about the on average itself, when the market is super bullish, the market usually pulls back. Can you see that? It's almost every time it happens. So, but the question is this now, are we happening that? Yeah, we are in a way. So I'm saying this, the market is so bullish right now that it's just waiting for the catalyst to bring it down all the way. So at the moment now, I'm so sorry, I can't see what is going to be the positive number. So which means that history repeats itself, something will happen soon and the market will know what to react with, okay? So once again, be very careful with this market. Yeah, this is going to be very scary though. All right. Now you can see that this is the Federal Reserve guidance of the fast tightening cycle. Now, usually if it's slow tightening, there'll be on average itself, right? The first year will be about up by 10.5%. But if let's say it's a fast tightening, means they keep on tightening, right? Too fast, the market may be down instead of minus 2.7%. So that's why overall, by look at it, right, after the second year, the average turning up point is still at 1.6%, and the fast tightening is about 4.3%. So you see that once the tightening is over, when they say, okay, I've tightened enough, okay, we're going to look at it again, that's usually the bottom of the market. You don't need to wait for it to like start to put in more money, that's the bottom. By the time where the market says that we are ending soon, that is usually the bottom of the market, yeah? Oh, sorry. Now the thing is that at the moment now, right, the heightened anxiety itself is actually at the highest level since 2009. The last time when Lehman Brothers was so crazy, that was then. And of course, the market didn't see much itself. The nearest was maybe pandemic high, maybe, but the short moment. But now where we are now is that there is a chance to see all this happening. So that's the reason why I suspect that, right, there will be more COVID cases coming in, and of course there'll be more people going to the pharmaceutical to get their test checked and stuff like that. But the anxiety is going to shoot through, and it's going to be a very big warning sign for all of us. Okay. Now, George Soros is the one that you guys are waiting for, right? George Soros. Now, who is George Soros? The man who broke the Bank of England, yeah? Okay, so Soros, as I said last week, he has cut his position in the big techs, and then he added Peloton, right? I told you that. Okay, that one we put aside. Okay, this one is done. But one thing is this, recently, right, we also know George Soros reduced their stake in Invesco QQQ, the Trust Series 1 indicator. And now the thing is that they were holding about $356 million worth, but now they're holding 9.4, but that's the end. There's something more. Apparently, it's right, they actually added $282 million worth, okay? $282 million worth of put. Yes, of put, 700,000 put, all right? And this is something that to watch out for, because if any time that the market really sell down, then this is going to be a big problem, because for this number, I mean, this figure right now, I kind of believe that this is going to be, means that the NASDAQ may drop by another 1,000 points or so, because I don't think that this George Soros will be happy with just a 1,000-point drop from the start of the year. So I suspect that he's looking at the bear territory, and that's the reason why I feel that the NASDAQ may be coming down further. All right, the NASDAQ, I'll show you once again, guys, the NASDAQ, where are you? Here we go. The NASDAQ itself now at the moment, well, you can see from the chart, it's actually now pretty near to the 80% mark. I kind of suspect that it may go down to below the 80% mark, and that's probably why George Soros shorted sell off all their technology counter, and then in the start of the year itself, right, he started to short the market over here. So let's say even he's the best trader in the world, he shorted somewhere around here, it will mean that the market must come somewhere around here too, because it's double of the size. So to me, it's a no-brainer to trade NASDAQ, because as long as you have the expectation, you know what's going to happen, likely you may be able to get your direction. So that's the reason why I say the NIKKEI, even though by the definition, it seems that there'll be some buying, but maybe there'll be things I don't know, but let's take a look, yeah? Anyway, that's what's happening right now. Okay, all right. So that is the very important thing, 710,000 put on QQQ. This is really a very big shocker here itself, because to exit position, we can understand, but now with so much position on the put side itself, maybe they know something that we all don't know. All right, so you can see that this is the QQQ chart here. You can see now that this counter has been down from 410 all the way down. It broke the MA, right? You can see that once the market broke the MA, you notice that the market will try to recover a bit to try to like try to go above it, but usually if it doesn't, then of course the selling will continue once again. So of course the question is this this counter itself, right? QQQ, how low would it go? So you look at it, right? There should be a first support at 338, the level that I wanted back then. Okay, it wasn't given. So now the next number could be as low as 316. Okay, 316. So could that be that type of thing happening? It's all possible. So traders just take note of that. Yeah, volume have been pretty sizable over the last few weeks. So that means that a lot of people are buying while people are selling too at the same time. Okay, so that is the QQQ for you, and the George Soros stuff is so important. So take note of that. Yeah. Now, before we go into the charts, right? Before you get no panic mode, I'll give you the positive note. Okay. Take a look, guys. This is something that I saw on the internet, so I'm gonna share this with you. So not every time itself, right, when the war or any war happen is bad for the economy. Look at the Vietnam War during the Gulf of Tonkin incident. Although the market did drop and create a recession, but after that the market have a buy in invasion and the price goes up. Hey, pretty cool, right? In the Gulf War back then itself in 1991, the same thing happened. The market was selling off. This unemployment data was coming down very fast, going up very fast. Then after that, after a while later, that was actually the turning point of the market. So it happened again in Afghanistan back then. Same thing again. The market was on the way up, and they just once it. Okay, and of course in Iraq War, the same thing happened again. And of course the last one is the Crimea incident in 2014. Whereby Russia was the one orchestrating the whole thing itself. So all these tells you that three things. Number one, after market goes down during recession, it's a very good time to bottom pick. Number two, once the market recovers back to where it came from, that's a very good chance that the market will be going up again or going down, depending on which direction you are. And of course, this is something that you must understand. All these are the major crises that happen, and of course, every time when this happens, except for NIKKEI, yeah, all of us generally are up one, right? In general itself, most of us are upright. Can you see that? After it happened again, the market actually goes up. Okay, all right. So take note of that, yeah. Okay, I'm jumping to the end of this all the news and stuff. Let's go into charts now. Okay, let's look at the charts right now. Okay, let's take a look. Now, China is back today, continue to sell off. I told you for China, it's below the MA30, MA200. So no matter how you tell me, it is a sell, right? It's a sell on China. And I gave you the figure 14,977 is a level to watch out for China. And if the China market loses this figure, it will come down to this figure and this 14,695. So we are now basically marginally away, about 100 points away from the target. So I believe that China market will likely come down to trigger here at 14,695. And then based on what we're seeing the last time, is that every time it hits there, the market may rebound. So let's see whether this will happen the next few days. Yeah. Okay, this is do the Dow Jones first, yeah? Dow Jones. Okay, so this is the Dow Jones. Now you can see it's coming back to the opening price of the day, so that there's some relentless buying in the market. Now KSI is definitely still green, red in color, so there is selling pressure in the market. Now the MLP will be the first resistance. 33,855 will be the first resistance. Now the market has a support at 33,436 today, and today's low is 470. So I suspect that later on during the so-called European hours, the market may come down again to test it again. So 33,436 is something that I'm looking at. Okay. All right, but of course, if you go something lower than this could be seriously bad, and this is 33,173. Okay, so this is a lower rank of the number, which I don't know whether the market will reach, but it's pretty near, so it's possible. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that is the thing. Below MLP, you cannot go long, no matter how. If you go above MLP, then you have to cut. Yeah. Okay. Just give me a moment. There's some incoming calls as usual coming in. Okay, done deal with the Dow. Let's look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also rebounding now. You can see the NASDAQ is rebounded. The low itself was 600. Now it's back to 700 and it's off the lows quite clearly. Now the NASDAQ is a bit different because NASDAQ, the KSI is green in color. So that's why the market will likely rebound when there's opportunity. So you can see right now the NASDAQ is going to go towards the MLP at 13,833. If the market can hit the MLP and then go down, they'll be selling. But if the market go through 13,833 and go higher, then most likely you go for 13,959 level. Okay, so that is what will happen for the NASDAQ. Yeah, downside itself is 13,500, 13,500. Okay, now do know for NASDAQ, there's a BNB, right? Yesterday I shared you the BNB. So BNB is actually over here. So the extension downwards itself is actually here. And that's 13,233. So if you believe in it itself, at the moment now at 13,700, if you just hold it all the way down to this point here per contract, you will make as much as almost 5,000, or about 5,000, all right, every full contract. Yeah, so we'll take note of that. Okay, so if you want to join the NASDAQ camp itself, right, to watch out for that. Yeah, if it coming down, if it comes down, that'll be this level, 13,233 level. Okay, watch out for that. Okay, so now next one will be the S&P 500. Now S&P 500 also has rebounded off the lows, and 4310 will be the MLP level to watch out for. Now the thing is this: if the S&P go down instead, I mean, if you go back down to below OP, right, I suspect it will come back down to this point here at 42.41, and that is the pivot level 2, which also coincides with the KCB at 42.43 level. So I suspect that the market may come back down to later on, not now, later on to 42. It may drop all the way to 42.41 again. Now it's 42.80. Now recently the S&P 500, the daily momentum itself can be as much as 80 points to 100 points. No longer the same as regular 10, 20 points level. Yeah, now it's very volatile period, very volatile. Now this is Hong Kong. Hong Kong, I already tell you what is my view on Hong Kong. I believe that Hong Kong will see more selling coming in because of the current COVID cases. And today, Hong Kong is Omega. Oh dear, I missed it. I didn't know it's Omega until we saw it very late. What's Omega? Let me show to you. Yeah, on here, Hong Kong. Okay, you can see there's a Omega sign there. Now, Omega signal, when you see this is on top of it, right? And the opening and closing, opening and high the same, usually it's a very good day to sell. You can see that it happened before. It happened many times before. Yes, indeed. Okay. So that's why, what a waste. I should have, look at it tighter and shorter based on that. So traders, just take note, things can be pretty ugly if this is going to continue for today. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. All right. So for the Hang Seng, all right, if it goes down further, the next level it should be going down will be 23,278. Okay, we are all watching there. Of course, if the US market recover, it may do a bit of recovery, but later on, maybe in the evening time, we may actually see this number trading 23,278. And of course, the KSI is red. That means that there should be some selling later on. Yeah, watch out for this 23,278. Okay, so that is Hang Seng. Let's bring the next number in, next market in. Next market is NIKKEI. NIKKEI. Now NIKKEI has came down, touches the pivot 2 very nicely and rebounded. So for NIKKEI, the KSI stays red and it's coming down. So likely NIKKEI will come down again to test this figure, 26,289. Now, if it goes below that, the next level can be as low as 25,935. Now, is it possible to go there? It is possible. From where we are now at 26,380 to where we're going to be target, it's only 400 points. It is possible for the NIKKEI to go there. So traders, be careful. Nikkei could be going down to 25,935. Yep. Okay, then we look at DAX. Now DAX yesterday plunged, I told you, because of the current situation in this Ukraine and Russia. So now the thing is this, most likely later on the market will gap down, and I suspect it may sell down further to 13,986. This is scary because this is quite far away, 13,986. But once I reach there itself, right, I think the market will bottom out for temporary support. Yeah, so traders take note of that, 13,986. Okay, most likely the market will break down further and go down further. Okay, so traders take note of that. Okay, so now we have done majority of the indices. Let's look at some commodities. Things like crude oil. Now, crude oil this morning gap up to $93.57, but now it has given back most of the gains. This is the opening price, and now it's trading down. Okay, it's trading down, but the MA 200 is supporting it, MA 30 is supporting it, and also the MLP is also supporting it at the moment. So which means that as long as crude oil stays up, it's fine. But of course, you don't buy cheap. You can try, but you want to buy safe, then let it go back to above OP at 93.57. Then I'm looking at 98. Yes, indeed, I'm looking at $98 to be given. Okay, I believe that. So watch out for this $98. Okay, I see that this will happen in about 3 weeks' time. Okay, which means that I suspect that in 3 weeks' time we may actually see the crude oil going up all the way to $98. Yeah, about 3 weeks' time. Okay, that's crude oil. Then how about gold? Now gold is something interesting. Now yesterday gold was down, right? I told you. Then after the bomb came in, and then after the market stabilized and it went up. Okay, so cool. Now today gold. Now today's gold have been staying at the OP for quite a while. Now normally gold at the start of the day will be moving, especially such an incredible situation right now. But instead now gold is actually holding at the opening price for the longest of time. And I kind of suspect that there could be movement pretty soon, because you can see now the KSI is jumping. Yes, indeed, the KSI is jumping. Can you see that? The KSI jump, and there's potentially no blue bar. So if I move in itself, if later on, if the gold price is to stay up, it may go towards this point here, and there's 1915. Okay, 1915. This morning high of 1914, then it pulled back already. So I suspect that this time now it may be going to 1915. So now it's 1908. Traders, if you are interested to go for a short-term buy, this is a good time now to buy on it and make some money out of that. Okay, so that is the intraday chart for the for this gold chart. Let's look at the the day chart. Now day chart last time you can see that, right? This is what is happening right now. If the market continue to trade higher, you notice that the BNB is a bit different, because the day chart BNB and the one that we saw on the intraday a bit different. Yeah. So 1914.5 is the same thing. All right. Yesterday there was a doji, and today, the day before, is doji. So 2 days in a row, two doji. So 2 dojis means that, right, the market most likely on the third trade will trade very nicely, and then after that there will be a potential big movement down, either big up or big down. So from here itself, right, I can suspect that the armchair will be more towards big up, like 1915. Okay, but once you reach there itself, right, the market must be careful. Yeah, 1915. Okay, so that is the gold. Let's look at silver. Silver is pushing up nicely. Silver is pushing up nicely now. Now it's trading at $24.16. It's better than gold, and it's moving up nicely. It got support from MLP at $23.93. So which means that silver is on the way to go to BNB, and that's $24.96. So traders, take note of that. Okay, take note of that. Yeah. Okay. 24.16 is the current price right now. I suspect it's going to go to $24.96. Okay. All right. When will that be? Well done. I think this will take about a few days. That will be done. A few days, 1 or 2 days. That should be able to see it. If I say we can get the picture out. Okay. All right. So that is silver and gold. Let's do the last two before we go for today's. Now, this is Ethereum right now. Ethereum. Now, I already told you guys that Ethereum and Bitcoin will be sacrificed during this period of time, and it's seemingly happening right now. Now the Bitcoin now, or Ethereum, sorry, is down below MLP at 25.88. So which means that if it goes down further, when it goes down to 24.75, that will be the first support. But if anything lower than that, oh my God, the next level it may go is 23.11. I think that 23.11 will be a good time to look at it. 23.11 would be a good time to look for it. 23.11. Okay, that is where I'm watching the screen right now, in my opinion. And of course, we talk about this this thing here. Okay, this okay, coming in. Bitcoin, okay. Something stuck on the screen, hold on. Okay, having a bit of problem right now. Okay, hold on a minute, yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now the Ethereum likely be going down further, and now look at Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is still going down. Bitcoin is still going down. Remember, I told you Bitcoin, I'm looking at this figure. The figure that I'm looking at itself, remember the figure I'm looking at was 36,000. And now really happened, 36,000. Bitcoin really, it hit the MLP at 37,628. And now it's coming down, and now it's trading at 36,000, right? I told you that it will come down to 36,000, and it's really happening. So where's the next level for support? Oh my goodness, the next level support is going to go down all the way to this point here, and that's 35,625. But if you talk about really longer term, it may come down all the way to 34,409. Okay, we have a very, very specific figure for you. Okay, so the thing is this, but do note the last time when the KCX blinked, the market still continued to fall quite a fair bit before it rallied. So this time now, KCX is blinking, but we have no color change yet, so we cannot buy into Bitcoin. Yeah. So I suspect that Bitcoin may go down lower to 34,409 first. Then maybe it may rebound. Yeah, maybe it will rebound. Maybe. So watch out for this. This is going to be big. So guys, remember, 25th to 28th of February, in based on my chart itself, something big is going to happen. You really don't want to miss it, okay? This is going to be very big. I'll show you one more time before we go. All right, let's take a look once again. Okay, on 25th of February, something big is going to happen. The last time when this thing happened, again, this phenomenon happened, it was here itself, whereby you can see the market actually rally big time. The market went up by how long? How much? The market went up by 900 points in the space of 7 days, yeah? 7 days. And of course, looking back itself, the one, this is terrible. The market actually at that point itself, when you think turning point here, the market sell down more than 1,000 to 2,000 points in 10 days. My God, 2,000 points in 10 days. So all these tells you that there'll be very big movement coming in the next few days. So watch out for this. Let's make a lot of money from the market. This is Cal signing off. Have a great day. Bye-bye.